An analysis of Michael Moore's documentary, Where to Invade Next. Documentary genre conventions and codes. One of the main hallmarks of the genre of the documentary is that it deals with real people, real events, and real stories, but it goes deeper into the story to find out more of what is behind the headlines. In Where to Invade Next, Michael Moore takes his film career to countries such as Iceland, Italy, France, Finland, Tunisia, Slovenia, Germany, and Portugal to find out if Americans can learn from other successful countries who also enjoy a better quality of life, but with more vacations, time off, free education, universal healthcare, and many other benefits. Facts and figures. A documentary film will often appear similar to the news because the information presented as a result of investigative research. Information is given as facts and figures presented in charts or infographics that drive home the statistics that the documentary wants to highlight. In Where to Invade Next, Moore uses infographics and dynamic charts to share key statistics that back up his points. Expert testimonies. Interviews of witnesses and or subject matter experts or talking heads often make up a large part of the documentary film subject matter. In Where to Invade Next, Michael Moore compared the US dismal rankings quality of education against Finland. After presenting statistics about how much better educated Finnish students were, Moore interviewed local subject matter experts such as the Finnish education minister and a high school principal, who explained their very different approach to education in Finland and why they feel they get better results than the US. The interviews are very compelling and garner an emotional reaction on the viewer. Documentaries often use archival footage and photographs to illustrate the points they are making. Documentaries use a mix of historical and modern examples, which create visual variety and increase the credibility of the material presented. In Where to Invade Next, Michael Moore used archival footage of the militaristic approach of the police to the Kenosha riots, news clips of racial violence in the US, jail guards abusing prisoners in the US, black and white photos of slavery and violence, and many other archival images. Each of these images creates a dramatic impression on the viewer and is designed to create an emotional response to the subject matter being examined. Another common convention of the documentary genre is that the piece is usually filmed on location, so that the viewer gets the story as seen on the ground. In Where to Invade Next, Michael Moore takes the viewer inside a Norwegian prison with a peaceful environment where prisoners are treated with dignity and respect. This imagery is juxtaposed with images of prisoners undergoing abuse in US prisons. As evidence of the results of this approach, Moore presents statistics indicating the level of recidivism in Norway is 4 times less than that of the US. Strongly contrasting imagery. Documentaries often seek to contrast different views by using dramatically different images to contrast ideas. In Where to Invade Next, Moore shows the dining experience in a French school cafeteria and contrasts the images of delicious food eaten from real plates and cutlery versus the heavily processed, unhealthy food Americans eat from disposable plates. Tropes. Michael Moore has developed his own tropes that have become signature in his documentary films. Where to Invade Next utilized one of Michael's more standardized tropes. America has issues with insert problem, so let's visit other countries and ask people about how they do things better, and suggest America try to do the same. Although this trope works for Michael Moore, he has used this in several previous films, therefore, this probably should be his last one of his documentaries using this formula, as it's getting a little overused at this point.